Good morning. Another day, another Halloween layout. So today I am scrapbooking the same picture that I scrapbooked on the first day that I started this series. The series of this these four grandchildren. These are the oldest. Well, they're the oldest one, but now we have one in between here, and we have two back here, or younger ones. So this is from 2018, and I'm going to be doing this layout for him. And so I've got the same Simple Stories, Simple Vintage, October 31st. And I also have this paper here that is Paper Studio. And I am going to, it's very thin, but I'm using this black paper for the background, which I think I've used it on every single one, even if I covered it. And I am going to put this down cockeyed. And then I'm gonna put this down straight. Oh, and I love this side too. But I want it to look very Halloween. And I think this does. Okay, and I want this straight, so I'm gonna get out my invisible ruler. And am I still in the camera? Yeah, okay. And I'm gonna figure, let's see, it's 1.5 from each side. Okay, I think I want to bring it down just a little bit. Ah, I should do this ahead. Trying to get something straight is so difficult. And then I've got this card. It was on the other side of the spiders. And I'm actually gonna mat this photo on here. And remember how I told you it's like lots of times it looks very busy, but as you add things, it's like, even though you're using a busy paper, because you're just seeing a little tiny bit of it, it kind of cuts down on how busy everything looks. And I love the layers. I love the look of all the, the cluster of items on the page. It gives it so much depth. And I think it's fun. It's kind of gives you, your eyes kind of move around the page that way. Let's see, I think I need to be about 3 inches from each side. So I think that's the spot, but I'm putting it down kind of light just in case. Okay, and I'm going to use one of these Boo cards. This is the paper that I didn't really like it at all. It would have been all right maybe for a background, like bordering, but I wasn't in love with it. But I think all the cards are super cute. It's kind of fun to use them, because usually I just kind of put off using them. So this time it's like I'm going to use them, and I'm going to start making it a point to use them, even if I just, like I did with Skylar's page, where I used a whole bunch on one page. Okay, so I'm just gonna kind of lay that there, and I'm gonna put this in disguise. Just kind of tuck it in here, just slightly. And then I've got this little pumpkin. He looks shocked. He's got glasses just like Aiden. So I'm just gonna stick him right there. And then I have this, just this little card, and I figured I would write the date right here. And I can actually do that right now. I had bought these paper studio pens, and they're in the scrapbooking section. They're fine line, and you're supposed to be able to write on just about everything. They're acid-free, archival, pigment ink, water resistant, and I really, really like them. So I'll just go ahead and write on it now, because I know it's October 31st, and it's 2018. It's like, I love it when I actually get to remember to write the date on it. Okay, so I'm gonna put that on here. It'll be easier to write it now than when it's got other stuff layered on it. Okay, so I'm gonna make sure that this is straight. Oh, and it's kind of hard to do that when I'm underneath that first paper. Okay, let's see about there. Okay, that's good. And then, I'm almost knocking over that thing. Okay, and then I have this tag, and it's got a hole in it, so I'm gonna put some ribbon in it. And I've got black, or I've got purple, because I will be bringing in some purple enamel dots. So do I want to bring purple here too? I think I'm just going to use the black. And this was actually off a shirt, but I like the thinness of it and how shiny it was. So it's like, I just thought I'm just going to cut that off and save it. And it was a nice length. You know, I like to, it saves money. Everything saves money that you can do like that. Okay, so I pulled out that side just a little bit more than this side so that I can kind of cut more off the one side, so maybe I can save a little bit of it. Still might be a little too short. Okay, now I need fabric scissors. I've got two scissors here that are both orange. One is fabric scissors, one is not. That was bad planning. Especially when I could have run in another color. Oh, I keep getting it too angled. Okay, I like to have two different lengths when I just cut it off like that. Okay, and I am going to lay this right on top of that, layer it. I think such a contrast in the stripes is harder to look at than the contrast in like these bats, for instance. I don't know why. But I'm gonna lay this, kind of center that. I think that should be good, because I'm gonna put this 31st on here, even though I've got written there. I'm gonna set it down here a little bit so it doesn't cover up the whole tag. So I'm just gonna kind of offset it a little. And it just kind of brings attention to that date too. Okay, and now I'm going to come up here and, well, I'm gonna put Frightful up here, but I want to put this little banner that I cut it off the back of, oh, the last one I did. That's where I got it cut from. Or was it here? No, it was, okay, so it was the paper that had the spider web on one side, and then it had tags on one side, and this was actually part of a tag. And I want it to just kind of be like a shelf for my sew, because I'm gonna have So Frightful. I think they had it laid out like so. What did they have? Oh, I better not. I think I can't lay that yet. Ah, get back here. think I can't put that here yet because my one that goes over here sticks up a little bit. Okay, so I've got another card, and I told you that I cut off part of this so that it was square, and I've done the same thing here but not quite so much, and it's gonna stick up a little bit, so that's why I can't put that other piece down first. Okay, and that should be good right there. Okay, now back to where I was. Okay, so I'm gonna put this back down here. And I've just got a little ways up from the mat that goes around the picture so that you see a little bit of that orange between there. And then I'm gonna put this mostly to one side. It's not quite to the edge of the mat. And then I've got this sew, and I'm gonna put that like up on that shelf. So it's kind of cockeyed like that too. I'm just into cockeyed when it comes to Halloween. And I've got yellow here and I've got yellow here. So I'm pulling in this little sticker from the sticker sheet, and it's got two yellow, there look more like yellow pumpkins with a little black cat sitting on it. So I'm gonna put that right above the Frightful. And then right here it says best costume ever. And if you ask Aiden, he probably really thinks so, because this is the one where if they have something at school and it can't be his, like this year he wanted to, what he wanted to be? He wanted to be a stormtrooper, I think. And he couldn't have that day. And he's like, well, I want to be the carrot. So he's been the carrot like 3 different times, but only once for actual trick-or-treating. So I'm putting the best costume ever there because that is so appropriate for this kid in his carrot costume. And let's see, I wanted to put that not quite there, so I'm gonna put this down here because I was gonna put it right here, but I didn't pull my little tab up far enough, so that's gonna go right there. Okay, so I've got everything for that side. Okay, now I'm coming over to the side over here. So on this, I'm gonna put a heart right. He's actually gonna be, the heart's gonna be right there. And then I've got this little tiny brad, and I'm just gonna put it right up on the top of the yellow. And then I've got So Corny, which I'm just gonna put right here to the edge. And then right underneath that, I'm gonna put Happy Halloween. And I'm just gonna overlap the picture a little bit with that. It looks like that's straight. And then I have this haunted house, and I am going to put that right down here by the 31st. And then I have the Enamel Dots again, and I'm going to use the green and purple like I have been. I think I did them on each one. Okay, so I'm just gonna alternate. Now, one of Aiden's favorite colors is green. So I'll start with that, so I end up with more of those on there than I do the purple. You know, when you know their color, you might as well work with it, right? And I'm just kind of running them around the layout, so it's kind of so they kind of look like they're bubbling places. That's what because they're all sparkly, so I keep thinking, oh, they kind of look like a bubbling potion. have to say I get into it. So I've got that rolling around there. Okay, so now I'm back to the green again. And I'm gonna, let's see, where do I want to start? I think I'll still start it over here. Do a purple one kind of off the edge. And then another green one also running off the edge, but closer. Oh, it's almost like a part of me. Okay. So that's it. I've got another Halloween one done. So this is it number, let's see, I had 4. This is 3 more. This is number 7. So the next one will be number 8, if I remember right. I think that's it. So I'm just amazed at, you know, how far this has gone. I did add this paper this time, but I think it looks great. So thank you for joining me today. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you tomorrow. There will be close-ups at the end. Bye-bye.